knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Mardy McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig the dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Doni Jones, she the one you wanna see. Doni Jones live, this is where you wanna be. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live.
Welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Mardy McFly Ringer. Yeah, or Ringer
that
McFly.
guy.
One of those things. But anyway,
Yes.
what's going on, Miss Doni Jones?
Oh my gosh, man. A lot of stuff is going on. I did a lot of work this weekend. You know, working on the business, working on myself, working on that intense weight loss journey.
I was thinking because of the hurricanes and all the rain and everything, you've been working a whole lot
Well,
because
I
of the
have.
tree.
That
You know, you're
too.
one of the few people that other people's tragedy is a blessing for you for some reason.
It is, but I don't want anybody to ever get hurt. And so for
Oh,
those
yeah.
that don't know what he's talking about and that are new to our show, I own a tree care company here in Atlanta, Georgia, beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. And so whenever, you know, bad weather happens, I get really, really, really busy. And the name of my company is Don's Tree Service. You can go check us out online. That's Don's Tree Service. Hey, make sure you don't get us confused with some. I ain't gonna say nothing.
No,
I'm just saying.
But you're an expert at trees.
I am. You know what? Why are you messing with people? Okay, but the name of my company is Don's Tree Service.
Right.
So don't get me confused with those other people.
Right.
I'm not
Even if it
affiliated
says
with them.
Don's Tree, you gotta
make sure it's service.
Right.
Service at
You
the
know,
end.
it's just like, you know, those Nike shoes where the swoop is opposite.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's term. You got to be specific.
Be
Make sure you
specific.
look. Because there's some haters and imitators out there. But
Exactly. And then also Mardy, known as
Yes.
Mardy McFly, is also a pastor here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Actually,
Yes.
East Point, Georgia.
East Point, Georgia,
At
yes.
St. Mark Lutheran. So you guys need to come
Saint-
check them out, too.
Yes.
Or
and,
check them out online.
And find me online at St. Mark Lutheran Church. And I put my name on there, Mardy. It's Mardy with a D. My real name, Mardy Ringer, you know.
Yeah.
I can't be Mardy McFly. I can't be Pastor
I
Mardy
feel
McFly.
but I feel like you could, though.
No.
No, let
Certain
me tell you,
names-
okay.
No. Certain names I don't deal. I'm saying
What was that guy back in the 70s or 80s? He was like really kind of pimped out, you know, and had fly clothes.
That's
and
a couple of pastors. You talking about Don Juan, you know. I'm just saying, you know, for me, certain names you got to appropriate certain names with your calling and stuff. 'Cause
Right.
Like, I don't have nothing, I know some people do. I have
Right.
nothing against this guy. But when your name was Creflo Dollar,
Yeah.
it doesn't make you, you know, it just
Yeah.
seems like Creflo Dollar. You know,
Yeah, dollar
it was
bills, y'all.
I had a minister out in Augusta, Georgia, outside. I'm gonna give him a shout out too, but I didn't like his name.
Yeah.
His name was Pastor Dickey. You know, and I just never could really connect with it was, oh, Pastor Dickey.
We are getting kicked off the radio.
It's actually, I'm not making this up.
Okay, if you guys ever want to find us, we are on YouTube. We also share stuff out on Instagram. Got to be working on my
Whose church you go
IGTV.
to? Oh, I go to Pastor Dickey's church.
Okay.
So what do they specialize in?
Do you know
Oh, we touch hands.
Arkansas and South Carolina is not going to like this? Okay.
It's true though.
I'm just saying.
I'm not making this up.
Okay. ATL, y'all going to love us though. No, and Killeen, Texas, y'all going to love it. But Arkansas and South Carolina.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Killeen, Texas. I want to give a shout out to Greenville, South Carolina, Little Rock, Arkansas, Atlanta, all of it.
If your pastor was named Pastor Weed,
Okay,
would
can
you
we-
go there?
No.
No,
I would. Okay, wait, whoa.
The name means something.
Marty,
I'm just saying.
let me
Okay, sorry.
fix that because I
Okay.
should not have jumped and said no.
Yeah.
Because people are born with their names. So if his name was Pastor Weed, even though I don't partake of it,
Right.
if he's got a good message and he's, you know.
It opens up your mind. If he stimulates your mind, man, he's a good pastor. Oh, Pastor Weed, huh? Reverend Weed this morning.
Okay,
No.
I don't even know, you guys. I'm trying to go somewhere with this.
I'm
We
sorry.
we actually had a game plan today on where we were going.
Yes, it's Good Friday.
It is Good Friday.
It's a good weekend.
It's good- it's a good
Easter
weekend.
weekend and all that kind of stuff. And you know, there's so many things.
Good
that
Friday
we
was
can-
yesterday.
Right.
Yes.
You know, or the day before yesterday, depending on what day you listening to this.
That's true.
service.
Or it
Yeah.
could have been last year, depending on when you listen.
Right, because we're online, so you might see this on demand and everything. But
Yeah.
one of the things I do want to talk about, and just get your views on, have you watched any of that court case that's been going on with George Floyd, and the officer that
Derek Chauvin.
Derek, I wasn't gonna give him his name, put his name out
some
there.
Dude,
but yeah, the old police officer that put his knee on that man's neck for about 9 minutes and some change.
Yeah.
Have you been watching it, and what do you take away from it so far?
My takeaway, honestly, is this is a sad situation, and I just want to see justice. That's where I'm at right now. And I can't sit here and say that I've sat there and watched it because I haven't. But I don't want to hear all the noise. I want to hear what the verdict is going to be, period. And right now, I feel like the defendants are tap dancing, and I don't think there's anything to tap dance with. I feel like it's obvious what he did, and it's murder. That's what we're at.
I don't even think that they're tap dancing around it. It's kind of like trying to make sure that they build a case to say everything that the defense can, in a sense, argue against.
Yeah.
They was like, well, he was a drug addict. He used drugs. Well, they're going out there ahead of time saying, yeah, he did take drugs. But at the same time, he took drugs last month. Did it kill him?
You know who else was a drug addict?
2 months ago. Did it kill him? No.
Nope.
So are you saying that this day, these drugs killed him while this man's knee was on his neck? No. And it just highlights extra parts of it where you have other people's voice that's coming out, like the EMS techs. The techs that came out there and had to ask him, can you take your knee off his neck so we can check his pulse?
Wow.
When they say when we drove up, we already kind of figured out he was dead.
Yep.
And it's like, well, why are y'all still on this guy?
Right.
Because he was dead.
Right.
Even the 911.
See, that's what I mean. Why is he still, like, there comes a point when you go, you know what, you got me. I was wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I was wrong. Why can't he just acknowledge, after all the pain, all the suffering, the videos, the fact that it's evident? They talk about evidence.
Right.
The evidence is there. Why is he trying to make a story up as opposed to accepting the fate of what he did? I believe in being a fighter. I believe in, standing up for yourself. But in this case, sometimes wrong is just wrong, and it's wrong.
Have you ever, just curious, have you ever caught a man cheating in his marriage?
I've caught a man, but not my man.
But not your man, but I caught a man. They ain't never gonna say.
Can I tell you what happened? Okay. I'm not gonna. Okay,
Don't say the
it's
name.
a politician here in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I do a lot of work for in one of the counties in Atlanta, and I was at this little French restaurant that I like going to in downtown Decatur, and I've met this man and I've met his wife, and we've done a ton of. Okay, don't be mad at me and don't call me for tree work because y'all mad because I might say something. But so anyway, I was there I was there to grab some lunch, and I saw him with a woman much younger that was not his wife.
Okay.
And they were doing the whole,
You could tell it wasn't a business meeting.
That was not a business meeting. So he turns to me when he sees me, and she recognized me as Doni, the tree lady from my Meals Market. He's like, oh, that's Doni, the tree lady, like in her young, oh my gosh voice, And he was like, oh yeah, hey Doni, you've done trees. I was like, I know. And I'm standing there with this pause. He goes, we good, right? And I was like, wow. And he was saying we good as
like,
in.
You ain't gonna say nothing.
Say nothing. Exactly.
Right, you ain't gonna say we good, right?
We good.
So I'm going back to say that anytime you've caught somebody doing something wrong, they rarely ever say, you got me. You're right, I'm wrong. Usually they try to give us some kind of case of why did I do this?
Yes.
Like even with me.
When you cheated on your,
No. See, just like that, I will give you an excuse. What had happened was, it was the environment that surrounded it that we had to be in that same room together. Because it was a storm outside. It was a storm outside, and my car broke down, and her car was stolen
at the same time.
Same time, and just the hotel just was being generous and gave us a room together for us to wash up. And we was on a time restraint, so that's why we washed up together. That's the only reason why you saw us, without our clothes on, because it was. But I'm saying anybody that come up with an excuse to try to say, okay, well, this is why this has happened. I'm just being real.
By the way, that was too many details.
Just saying, you know, not saying that I've been there, but from what I've heard.
Yes.
You know, but no, even listening to this guy's first response back to his superior, where he was like, well, the guy was acting erratic, and we had to try to subdue him, and he wouldn't get in the car. He didn't even mention, well, I put my knee on his neck for about
exactly.
9
Exactly.
You know, but it is, being honest, it's the human response for self-preservation and saying, okay, I'm not just going to say, you got me. I did wrong. Because that means, okay, you get 20 years.
In this situation, though, because you mentioned the human response, where was the respect for the humanity of George Floyd?
Oh, yeah, no.
Where was the respect for...
I'm not justifying this guy's statement at all. I think everything that they did was wrong in that, watching the whole video.
You're saying the reason why it's human nature that he's trying to
of course he's going to have a defense. But I think what the prosecution is doing, and which is a very good job that they're doing right now, they're building a case to eliminate any kind of excuse that he can come up with.
Okay, got it.
You know, because at first they were saying...
maybe I should watch it.
Right,
because I just was feeling, I was going to be disgusted because I felt like he was going to be trying to weasel his way out of it.
Of course, I'm saying that is everybody, when you're in court, you're going to try to wiggle your way out of it. But what the prosecution is trying to do right now is saying, okay, the crowd was not aggressive. Because at first they were saying, well, we wanted to stay in that position because it was an aggressive crowd. And they're like, well, no, it really wasn't. The crowd was telling you to stop, get off of him.
Yeah.
Well, he was, here's the true fact. Well, he was a big black man. You know, so they were a little bit more intimidated because he was big. He was 6'4", 2-something. Well, that, at the same time, that doesn't mean that he's a threat. You know, showing even where they first, which I hadn't seen this before, but when they first approached his car, you know, his car outside of the store, where within 15 seconds they pulled a gun on him, saying, get out, put your hands on the steering wheel. And he's like, look, I'm scared, please don't shoot me. He put his hands on the steering wheel. Please, I'm scared. I've been shot before. I just lost my mother. Please don't shoot me. He's doing everything that they're saying that they're asking him to do, and he's doing it. So they're trying to really prove a case of saying, hey, this guy wasn't a threat. He wasn't fighting against you. You know, and everything that you're trying to say, well, we call paramedics because sometimes with people with overdoses, when they wake back up, they become violent.
What?
Well, no. You know, so in a sense, this is something that America needs to be watching because it is a definition or an outlook of how people see African Americans or people of color. That it's like...
I want to, something happened, it didn't happen to me this morning, but during my walk this morning, it reminded me what blackness is like.
Oh, you was walking around in your neighborhood this morning?
And I want to talk about that when
somebody,
we get back.
Get out my neighborhood.
But you guys, check it out. Once again, I'm Doni the Tree Lady. I'm owner of Don's Tree Service here in Atlanta. You're listening to me and Mardy.
Mardy Big Fly, I'm her do boy, and we will be back in a few.
He is not a new boy. He runs Vast Productions.
Vast Production and St. Martin Lutheran Church, but we'll talk about all that a little bit later on. We gotta take a break.
We're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
It's not too late to file your taxes. Don't be afraid to file, even if you feel you may owe, because this may not be so. Allow TrueTax to give you a free estimated quote based on minimum information required on our app. Please download the TrueTax app from Google Play and follow the prompts and choose Killeen, Texas as your preferred location. Remember to call Sunny at 254-304-9416. TrueTax and Credit Solutions, always true to price and service. When you file with us, you will receive a free credit profile cleanup and a free one-document notary service. Thank you.
First, people got sick and I couldn't go to school. Then another police shooting. My mom and dad were upset. It seemed like they were losing hope. But then I told them, don't worry, there's still hope.
Manna Publishing presents the House of Hope Story and Coloring Activity Book. It's 44 pages of inspiration with coloring activities to calm your mind and redirect your attention. Children and adults can use this tool to relax, focus, and best of all, be inspired to find hope. Get your copy today at mannapublishing.com. Please, don't you dare go in there. Don't touch that. It's an emergency. Germs, viruses, and bacteria are everywhere. And today, it can even be deadly. Don't go in there without protection. Pro Spray, Atlanta's antimicrobial system works. We have a 2-stage process that cleans and seals. You can open your store, church, business, and have a safe home. We have the solution. A protective covering, disinfectant, long-lasting solution Pro Spray treatment. EPA approved, non-toxic, safe for families and pets. Contact Pro Spray Atlanta today. 833-776-7829. That's 833-PRO-SPRAY. July and August special. Office, 1,500 square feet or home, 1,000 square feet, $349. EPA approved, non-toxic, safe for families and pets. Don't go in there until Pro Spray has treated your surfaces for your protection. Contact Pro Spray Atlanta today. 833-776-7829. That's 833-PRO-SPRAY.
Okay. We start and we are rolling.
Welcome back. You are listening to Doni Jones Live with me, Doni the Tree Lady.
And that guy, Mardy McFly, who is excited today because in a couple of hours.
6 minutes, we got to say it again. We keep forgetting to do that.
It's 6 minutes, we're going to say what again?
Okay, guys.
Look, wait. I wanted to say why I was excited.
Say what you're excited about.
Because I'm finally getting out of the studio and I'm going to be at Nubian Books at 12 o'clock. I'm
going to be at Nubian Books.
I'm promoting this book called Fabulous Failures by Doni Jones, and it's the first time we're going to be live and in person, out and about, I'm gonna hurt him. If you want to sign the book,
it's from failure to fabulous.
Well, they get that idea. It's fabulous failures, failure to fabulous. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna hurt you. I am a fabulous failure that got back up.
Yes.
And succeeded. But no, the name of the book is From Failure to Fabulous, and Marty's right. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be at Nubian Bookstores tomorrow.
Yep, out Mount Zion.
Actually, not tomorrow. We're going to be there.
Today.
Today. Yeah, we're going to be there today.
Unless y'all are watching this on demand.
Yeah, if you're watching this.
Now, I need y'all to look at the date, post date. Now, if the date has passed, don't go to that store looking for us. You can still go to the store, but don't go there looking for us.
Okay, just so we can be clear, y'all, if you're in Atlanta.
Right.
And today is April 3rd.
Yep.
If you can get to Nubian Bookstores between 12 and 2 today.
Right.
You can get a chance
and
to.
And she will sign your book, and I will sign whatever you present me.
That's right.
Yep. I'm saying if you bring a Bible, I'll sign that. Your mind is always wrong.
I don't know where you at. You are on point today, man.
No, I'm just. Actually, I am because I've been. Believe it or not, I've been taking a page out of Donnie's book. I wouldn't admit this to anybody, but I've been taking my vitamin D pills. And I've been trying to eat more healthier.
Yay!
And I can feel a difference. I have more energy.
You have more energy,
and I feel on
and
popping. And my wife been on vacation, so I feel really energized and happy and just Yeah.
We're gonna let that part go. What you said about your wife being away. But anyway, for those of you that want to know where Nubian Bookstores is, it is at 1540 South Lake Parkway, Morrow, Georgia, 30260. That's 1540 South Lake Parkway, Morrow, Georgia, 30260. I'm doing a book signing there tomorrow between 12 and 2.
Today.
Yeah. Why do I keep saying tomorrow?
You special.
April 3rd.
Yep.
April 3rd, which means
today.
That means today as we speak.
Yep.
We are doing it.
Come out there and see us. And see
us.
So
as soon as we leave the studio, we're heading there.
Yeah. But now, if you don't really know what this book about, this is really a book about Donnie's life to a certain degree of how she started out with, and I always say it wrong, but basically a card and $43. Yeah. I used to say $45, but she's like, well, no, it was actually $43. Make sure you say that right. But $43 and a card, and how she has built a major company. And not one of those regular mom and pop shops that, you see every one of their signs written in crayon saying, sale,
We actually have shirts that match.
They have shirts that match, billboards. They have real trucks with their name on it, and they all match.
Yes.
You know, it ain't like a box of crayons where it's just like you can tell, well, they bought that one from Billy Ray's auto shop. They put that one together, you know.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing story because a lot of times you see people where they're at, their success, you know, but you don't really understand their struggle and their story from where they started from. So I really admire the book, and it's encouraging to me, and some of my members at the church too have read it, and they've, believe it or not, they ain't lied and said, well, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
You know, but I encourage you to pick it up. If not, just come down and look. If you come down and just put a little bit in my pocket, you know, we can work out your discount book. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, I'm a pastor, but I'm really, you know what? That reminds me.
That's a love offering. There you go.
Yeah, love offering. You know what, Donnie?
But we just want you to show up.
It's a question I want to ask, because I got caught the other night, and this is honestly the truth.
Okay.
I got caught, and it dealt with my ethics of a person and a pastor and who I was. And it was something different between me and my wife.
Okay.
So me and my wife went bowling the other night. Okay. We don't really go all the time, but we like every once in a while.
I'm loving this guy right now.
We went.
He's going out on dates with his wife.
Yeah.
He's looking healthy. Got his hair did.
My wife is happy and my girlfriend. We all working together. But no, I'm just playing because my wife might watch it. I don't have no girlfriend. But anyway.
Oh my God.
No, but
we are on faith. Okay.
All joking aside,
some of the stations that we are on are faith-based stations.
Well, they know that I keep the truth.
Okay.
But you ain't gonna say, well, he a fake pastor. No, I tell everything. No, but ain't.
He don't have a girlfriend.
No, nothing like that. They cost too much. But I went to the bowling alley. I went to the bowling alley and we sat down. Someone had left their wallet in the chair. You know, and my first thought was, and I'm just being honest. My first thought was, what's the right thing to do right here?
That really went through your brain?
Yeah.
Okay, I love your honesty. Go ahead.
Yeah, it went through my brain like, what's, because here's the thing.
That would not have went through my brain, but go ahead.
I know, so I'm just being transparent. So I sat there and I asked my wife, I said, should I be nice or should I just be me? Or what should I do right now?
I'm scared.
I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you find $100 in the middle of a parking lot, what do you do? Do you pick it up and take it to the police station?
Yeah.
If you found $100 in the middle of a parking lot, nobody else is around, no identification on you, would pick it up and take it to the police department and say, I found $100?
No.
Okay.
That's a different situation.
That's a different situation. So finding a wallet, nobody else is around, what do you do?
Take it to the police station or take it to the store, or I'll get the person's driver. I've had this happen.
Yeah.
I opened it up and then I got the person's driver's license and I went on social media and I found them and I DM'd them and let them know I found their wallet.
Right. Which is a good thing to do, you know.
But if it was just a plain okay, let's clarify
Uh-huh.
If it was a $100 bill in the middle of the parking lot, nobody's there, I don't see any people, there's no other buildings, there's like, it's just out in the blue, of course, I pick it up.
So now at the same time, if
it's a wallet, I'm gonna try to find out who it belongs to.
Right, and I can agree
return
with
it
that.
to
Now,
them.
if there's some cash in the wallet, what would you do with that?
Same thing, I would call the person, I would try to find them on social media. If I couldn't find them on social media, I would go to police station or go to whatever authority was in the area, leave everything intact and turn it over to them.
It's interesting. My wife actually did that.
Okay.
And I was a little bit just like, really, baby? Really? Because I asked, like, what should we do with it? Should we, and she actually took it and she went through it. She said, okay, this is this person's identification. Yep. He had, I think, $90-something in there.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, baby, you gonna keep the cash?
No.
What she did was she said she knew that even if she turned the wallet into the attendants, she said most likely the cash would not get to that person. So she actually took the cash out, wrote a note, and so because I guess the person that owned the wallet was in a bowling league, and said, here's my information. Please contact me so I can give you your cash back. I want to make sure that you get that. And here's your, the wallet and everything, but I want to make sure that you had it. And I'm like, well, baby, I think they'd be more just happy just to get the wallet and their card and license and stuff back.
Yeah, and their cash.
That's a tax. I'm just saying, I'm saying certain things I think you should be taxed for. And, I'd be a nice person and you get your ID back, you get all your credit cards. I ain't going to put nothing on that. But, There's a fee.
Okay.
There's a lost tax on it.
I'm so struggling right now.
I'm just saying, I got my truck stolen.
I'm
Okay,
so struggling.
they stole cameras out of the truck, but I was more happy I got my truck back.
That's true. This is what I love about Marty.
I'm gonna be real.
I know he's partially joking, but the fact that actually he's probably being real right now, and I'm struggling because
Bought me a
that
pitcher of
doesn't
beer.
wire. I'm not how I'm wired. But let me tell you why I love Marty, because he's honest, and he's thinking and saying what a lot of people would do.
Yeah.
I think most people would give the wallet back and everything, but I think there are people that if there was cash in the wallet, they would probably pocket it.
I'm a tax you, bro.
I'm
I love you.
struggling
It's
with
all
that.
good. I'm saying that.
Because I've known him for years now, and I never knew that he would think like that.
No, but time out. Understand.
I'm gonna
Here's the
go with your
parameters. Here's the
honesty.
parameters. If somebody was there and I saw them drop their wallet, I'm gonna stop them. Hey, you dropped your wallet. I'm not gonna touch it.
Right.
If somebody drops some money, hey, excuse me, bro, I've done that. You dropped your money.
Yeah.
If you somewhere that I don't know who you are, where you at, and I found a wallet just here and it's cash right there, well, I'm just saying, I'm gonna try to get you your stuff back. But that, of course, Donnie, if it was you.
I'm scared, man. Where my wallet at?
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
no, it's right over there. You still got your $258 in there and 49 cents, even though I ain't checked. But yeah, you still got it. So you still good. You still covered.
So
You covered by the
good.
blood. Yeah, we family.
I'm about to blow.
Yep. Anyway.
But you know what?
I'm just being real.
And I appreciate that. So don't drop your wallet.
Oh, Donnie, I see what you got on your screen. I don't even want to talk about that little fella.
No, we're not. Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
I want to talk about his friend in Florida, but we ain't even gonna talk about that.
We're not. We're gonna stay on. We've got to.
Yeah, we got to stay focused.
We're staying focused.
Right.
Please check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Fabulous
if
Failures.
you are in Atlanta, heck, you can even fly to Atlanta if you want to come to my bookstore.
It ain't that kind of a book. You can just order it online.
You might like me that much.
No.
Somebody might like me enough to come to Atlanta.
Yeah.
To Nubian bookstores.
Yeah.
At 1540.
Yeah, you gonna be there for 2 hours?
No, I'm only gonna be there 2 hours. Yeah.
Right, so I ain't gonna
At
fly from Texas all the way to Atlanta for 2 hours to see you just sign a book. It ain't.
They're good. 1540 South Lake Parkway, Morrow, Georgia.
Can you put it
at
on
Nubian
Facebook?
Bookstore? Yeah, I'm putting it on Facebook.
Right,
Yeah.
but that's-
Also, check us out on Facebook.
Yes.
Doni Jones Live, or it might just be under Doni Jones, but it should say Doni Jones Live. But we got some bad information a long time ago.
You did?
Remember when we had those marketing people that we just took?
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
should be Doni Jones Live. But what's funny, and we'll talk about just opening your mouth. You guys, make sure your branding and your marketing is succinct.
Yeah.
Is that the right word, succinct?
Okay, it works. You don't say it now.
You know the word that means that everything lines up.
Right,
Your branding
Synced.
is universal or uniform. Yeah, make sure you like all over and
right.
it's the same.
That's a branding thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a branding thing.
And I've seen some people this weekend that I've criticized, and I don't mind saying I've criticized them, but when I go to their store, I'm like, dang it, they got some good marketing, and they got the father and son.
Yep, they're great.
The
at that.
little cartoon
Very
characters.
consistent marketing.
Consistent marketing.
Yeah.
They look like they got diabetes though.
Yeah.
But they consistent marketing though.
Don't say that, and you're saying it with diabetes.
I do, because I see game, recognized game. They all greasy. I'm seeing all those little cartoon characters of them. They all greasy, shining with a big, yeah, come get some chitterlings this is the place to get it at.
I'm going to hurt him. No, have I told you those are my friends?
Yeah.
For like the 50th time.
Have they sponsored the show yet?
And I'm going to talk to him.
Okay, so they ain't real sponsors.
I love them.
I love them too.
They are inspiration.
But this is the place that they can
me.
sponsor.
Yes.
This is the place that they can sponsor.
We would love a sponsor. Also,
Yes.
by the way, if you do have a product or a service that you would like to tell us about and you would like for us to tell our audience about, call us at 1-888-349-DONI. That's 1-888-349-DONI. You did pay the bill, right?
I paid it this week.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
It's prepaid.
You guys, we'll be
We'll be right back. You're listening to Doni Jones Live with Doni Jones and Marty McFly.
Yeah.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
Hey, write this number down, 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. Have you ever thought about having a produced commercial for your next event? Your church anniversary, birthday, family reunion, or if you just need some production work done, VAST Productions can help. We're an audio video production house specializing in making your audio and video dreams come to life. Thinking about a family documentary or a church history story? Call us at 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278. VAST Productions has over 20 years of production experience, and we're ready to work for you. To get started, just call 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-VAST. That's 1-888-470-8278.
Hey, I'm Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my opportunity to share with you my trials and tribulations of growing a tree service or growing a small business and making it successful by overcoming adversity, and also giving you some tidbits on what you can do on a day-to-day basis to achieve your dreams and be the best that you can be. And you can find us on Amazon. You can go to Doni Jones Live. Anywhere that books are sold, you should be able to find it.
Now, back to more Doni Jones Live with Doni and Mardy McFly.
Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live.
All right, welcome back to Doni Jones Live, where once again you are listening to Doni the Tree Lady.
And that guy, Mardy McFly. You know what, Doni? You just asked an interesting question.
What's that?
Off the air about, have I got my shot yet?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm assuming the vaccination shot for COVID.
No, I was talking about the other package you had.
Yeah, well. I did take care of that.
Trouble.
You know, those are real conversations. You know, if you've had those, they ain't
I was
cool.
talking about
Especially when they have to use that Q-tip and they gotta go.
I was talking about coronavirus.
Some of y'all brothers know exactly what I'm talking about.
Coronavirus.
Yes.
Is what we're talking. We're not
Yes.
sticking Q-tips anywhere.
Ooh, that's a bad
Okay,
memory.
we are talking
coronavirus. Coronavirus. No, I have not gotten my shot yet. It's not because that I don't believe in it.
But you're in the high risk group, though.
I know, but I'm still.
I know. I respect
I still
that.
take my time for some reason.
I do too.
But it's not. Honestly, it's not because I am scared, or it's like,
Right.
you know, because I've talked to so many
Well,
people
as
that
much
say,
as you in a hospital, I mean, it'd be another shot.
Hey, you know, right? Well, I feel like I am protected by the blood because so many people around me have been diagnosed with it, and I'm just like, I haven't. You know, I'm not gonna get tested, and I'm not challenging it. But here in Atlanta, in where I live at, they're out. You know, and it's hard to get on a list.
Really?
Yeah, they're out. And my brother just got it. He lives around the corner from me, but he had to drive to Macon, Georgia, you know, to get his shot.
Yeah.
So I am looking around, but.
Gotcha.
How do you feel about it? Have you gotten your shot yet, or what?
I have not gotten my shot yet, and we'll talk about that off air. So,
Yeah. But you don't believe in the shot?
But I'm in.
You don't
We're not
believe in the
doing
shot.
this right now.
Oh, wow. Well, that's why I brought it up, because I wanted to get your thoughts.
We are not doing this on air.
But I just take me some vitamin D and get me some sunlight.
Sunlight, vitamin D3,
So you ain't taking
B12,
it?
zinc.
Okay, well, let's keep on going. Let's talk about something else then.
Exactly, but I want to get back
Fabulous
from Failure
Failures.
to Fabulous is my book from me, Doni Jones.
Yeah.
But actually, I want to go back to something we had talked about in the first segment about race. And every morning I'm doing this journey called the Intense Journey, and it's documenting my weight loss.
Yep.
And I'm like in that last 90 days. I'm actually like the last 88 days now. So you're going to see a whole different Doni at the end of 88 days.
Like, bam. You're going to see her climbing trees and stuff like that afterwards. Like, go ahead.
But I realized that as a woman of color, as a black woman, and by the way, I know we have a diverse group of people that listen to our show.
I believe we do.
And those of you that are white that listen to our show, I really want you to hear me and know where I'm coming from and know my heart. And the reason is because we've all got to solve this problem together. But I want you to understand that there's things that I have to do as a woman of color, and there's thoughts that I think as a woman of color that you'll never have to think about.
Oh,
so
okay, where are we going
I live
with
in
this one?
I live in a pretty affluent area.
No, you don't. Ain't nobody of color out there.
I didn't say, I said affluent.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I said?
I thought you was talking about mixed communication, I mean a mixed
Affluent,
community.
Diverse. You thought I said
diverse.
diverse. How does diverse sound like affluent?
Okay, I'm sorry then. Okay, well, I was.
But it is diverse. There's more and more people of color moving to that community.
Okay.
Yep.
Not working in that community, but
You know,
living
I
in
said
there.
living. There are.
Okay.
You know what? I was. You're not gonna. You guys get ready to say most of my friends over there are African American.
No.
But that's true. But no, it is seriously. Most of my friends in my
ones that
community.
you talk to, yeah, okay.
Then what?
So, but no, keep going with your thought though. It's an affluent
So
community,
anyway, I
and
live
you
in
were
an
speaking
affluent
to
community,
people of.
and I went walking this morning.
Okay.
And while I was walking, it was really cold outside, and I had on a dark sweatshirt, but I had on bright pink leggings.
Okay.
So I threw my sweatshirt over my head. I threw the hoodie over my head, and I'm just walking. And I've got broad shoulders, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
you know, I'm a brown-skinned girl. And so
running
I'm
in your
walking,
neighborhood
you know.
with a hoodie on.
I was exactly right. So what?
Black hoodie.
This is what came through my mind that would never go through the mind of any of my neighbors or any of the people that walk early in the morning. I said, this is what went through my head. It's like, maybe I should take my hood off because I don't want somebody to think I'm a criminal and shoot me.
Yep.
Maybe I should take my hood off so that I'll seem like I'm more approachable and friendly so they won't call the cops on me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, wait a minute, that's crazy. This is my thought today. So I'm walking somewhere, I was like, but it's really cold and I don't want to take my hoodie off. And so I was like, well, you know what, I'll be okay because I got on bright pink leggings. So they'll realize, you know, that this is just somebody out, you know, just walking. But the fact that I had to have the thought in order to be okay in my own neighborhood,
Oh yeah.
maybe I should take my hood off so that I would look more approachable. Maybe I should take my hood off so I don't get shot or somebody to consider me a criminal walking around the neighborhood at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Especially if you're checking the doors of cars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, you silly.
I'm saying when you do that.
But here's my thinking though. There's another girl that walks in our neighborhood early in the morning. A little blonde-haired, blue-eyed lady. You know, I was gonna say girl, but she's about my age, and you know.
Yeah, I ain't girl.
We ain't girls.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that when she throws on some pink or yellow or whatever leggings and a dark sweatshirt or any clothes, she's not thinking, wow, maybe I shouldn't put my hoodie on because I don't want to get shot.
Yeah,
I don't want somebody. My other thing is I didn't want somebody to be scared of me.
Yeah.
You know.
It's.
I didn't want to scare anybody.
Sad that we have to think about things like that. You know, because I think the other side of the table don't think about what we have to think about when we're doing that. Like right now, I am scheduled to speak at a church later this month.
Yeah.
And you know, with COVID and everything, I haven't been getting my hair cut as much, and my hair has grown a lot longer.
I like your hair long.
And I thought about getting it twisted or braided or locked up, but.
Don't lock your hair.
I'm not.
I love locks, but
no. But I was thinking of just doing something a little bit differently just to try it. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to do that because I have to speak in front of this other congregation.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to be threatened by me or look at me in a stereotype fashion. I'm thinking, because you brought that up, I don't think anybody else on the other side will ever think about.
They don't think about that kind of stuff.
If I go in there, my hair is longer than normal. Would they look at me a different way? Would they perceive me? And
I think they look at it. I think if you have longer hair, whether you're white, black, or whatever, you may think, oh, is the person going to look at me another way? But you're not. They're not thinking, am I threatening?
Right.
Or am I as just as approachable?
Right.
They're thinking, is it as professional or not, or whatever?
No, they're. I'm thinking of, will I be a threat to them? Or will they look at me like, okay, he is on that other side?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And it's sad because we do think about this unconsciously, but it's a part of our life. It's a part of our culture.
When I go into a store. Now, I want to be clear, though. I want to be clear because times have changed. I am a changed woman, especially after everything that we've been going through. I am not willing to play the game to a certain extent anymore.
Yeah. Well,
I'll tell you what happened. You'll be like, why don't you move out of your neighborhood? I love my neighborhood. I love where I live. But I was in the store, and I mean, you hear my voice. I got a raspy voice, and it's kind of got a little bass to it, especially for a woman.
Especially
and there's a lady.
You got a little hardness in it.
A little hardness.
What up, dude?
What up, dude?
Yep.
So I'm in the UPS store where I get my mail, and the lady behind the counter recognizes me. We chit chat a little bit, and I happen to be on the phone, and I'm talking in the tone of voice that I'm talking right now, like literally. This is how I talk. And for some people, my voice carries, and it's a little loud.
Right.
Well, there was nobody else in the store except for one person. It was a white male, middle-aged white male. And so he kept looking at me, and of course my ego goes, oh, he must know me. He must recognize me from one of the commercials.
No, he just know your kind.
You know what,
Well, really?
you ignorant. So then he turns and looks at me again. I was like, oh, maybe I did tree work for him. Maybe that's what it is. So then he turns and looks again. I was like, okay, clearly this is not a complimentary look, right? So me being friendly, my crazy self, I go, oh, excuse me, sir, do I know you? He goes, no. I was like, oh, okay. So I go back to my phone call. I finished, while I'm on the phone, I asked the lady behind the counter, I asked her if I got a box in. And he turns to me, he goes, could you bring your voice down?
Oh, yeah. And
I looked at him dead in his face, and I said, you know how you go, oh my gosh? So I put my hand over my chest, and I was like, oh my gosh, absolutely not. And then I finished my transaction. Now, back in the day, we were taught that when we were around certain communities that we're supposed to be invisible. They actually talked about that in The Butler, that we're supposed to be invisible. We're supposed to melt into the background, that they don't really see us as human, that we move out of the way when they come through a door. We don't do, just so you know, times are changing. Times are changing, and we don't have to play the game anymore. I feel like even in corporate America, if you have natural hair, rock your natural hair.
Let me just chime in on this one, just for a thing, because, and see, I'm always sometimes on that fence on certain things of saying, yes, you're right.
I'm tired of playing a game.
But then at the same time, I'm saying, hey, you got to look at other things, because see, I don't know if you noticed, but certain people, for some reason, we have a tendency of talking louder when we get on the phone. And just hear me out, because we will talk like we're talking. Trying to say? We'll talk like we are right now, and as soon as the phone picks up, we do it naturally.
I'm always on the phone.
I know you are, and this is what you do. You're like, hey, Marty, today's a good day. Look, hold on, my phone is ringing. Hey, Ricardo, what's going on? What's wrong with those trees? Are you serious? Do you know what new growth look like? I'm saying they even got commercials on right now, like, don't be your parents. And they're like, do you need to be on a speakerphone in the store? And if you're the only one and somebody else is in there, they look at you like, okay, you're a little loud.
I wasn't on speakerphone.
So that means you're probably talking even louder. Hey, Ricardo, LaGuardo, can y'all get that over there? I'm just saying, I don't know why this guy looking at me, and he's just looking at me like, hey, can you mind turning your phone down? Oh, I'm sorry, no.
He asked me.
Right, he asked you.
Talk
Would
loud.
you mind just bringing it down? No.
No.
I'm going to finish. And then see what had happened was they forgot to pick. And then you look at him like you got the problem. So when I hear that and see that, because sometimes me and myself, I don't care what color you are, who you are, that's distracting. That's noise pollution when you come into a restaurant and you talk even louder.
We were in a restaurant. We're in a UPS store.
And if somebody else is in there and you're talking so loud that they're looking at you like, hey,
can I tell you, in my whole life.
You ain't cared.
In my whole life, I have never been in a open space or a business ever and asked somebody to turn down their voice.
Because you're the one talking. Because you're usually the one talking in there. And they're looking at you like, would you turn it down? You're usually the one to talk. I'm saying, I just been around you. And not just you, but a lot of people do that. They'll pick up the phone and they accustomedly, for some reason, talk louder. And then they look at other people.
I talk louder on the phone.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, for the guy at the UPS store,
yeah.
absolutely not. I'm not bringing down my voice.
And then they say, okay, I wonder why they're so
anyway,
angry.
You guys,
yeah.
we're going to be right back. And we'll finish this conversation off air when I choke him.
Yeah,
You're listening to Doni Jones
and
Live.
she's going to choke me loud, too.
I'm Doni the Tree Lady.
I'm not doing as loud, Marty. I'm Marty McFly. We'll be right back.
Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Hey, this is your girl, Doni the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. Don's Tree Service has been serving the metro Atlanta area for almost 20 years. I'm a certified arborist, and we are fully licensed and insured. Call us at 770-413-TREE. We give free estimates, and we don't charge extra for cleanup. Don's Tree Service, that's 770-413-TREE, or visit us online at donstree.com.
It's not too late to file your taxes. Don't be afraid to file, even if you feel you may owe, because this may not be so. Allow TrueTax to give you a free estimated quote based on minimum information required on our app. Please download the TrueTax app from Google Play and follow the prompts and choose Killeen, Texas as your preferred location. Remember to call Sunny at 254-304-9416. TrueTax and Credit Solutions, always true to price and service. When you file with us, you will receive a free credit profile cleanup and a free one-document notary service.
First, people got sick and I couldn't go to school. Then another police shooting. My mom and dad were upset. It seemed like they were losing hope. But then I told them, don't worry, there's still hope.
Manna Publishing presents the House of Hope Story and Coloring Activity Book. It's 44 pages of inspiration with coloring activities to calm your mind and redirect your attention. Children and adults can use this tool to relax, focus, and best of all, be inspired to find hope. Get your copy today at mannapublishing.com.
Now, back to more Doni Jones Live with Doni and Mardy McFly.
Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Ooh, welcome back to Doni Jones Live. Woo, it's been live in here.
It's been very live, very
with
interesting.
Mardy McFly.
Yes, with Mardy McFly, you know, and on this resurrected
yes, that's what
weekend.
we're supposed to be talking about.
We ain't supposed to be talking about it, but it's something to talk about, though.
I feel like we're...
Well, it's Easter
Mardy.
weekend.
Okay,
you know,
wait
and
a
it's
minute.
something for me, yeah.
Okay, let me back this up.
Okay.
I am the universal, spiritual, one with the universe spiritual person.
Right.
I don't really succumb to a religion.
Nope.
Okay, I don't do religion.
She don't believe in it. Nope.
I believe in
She's
a higher
against
power.
it.
I believe in God, all that kind of stuff, right? The pastor over here just said we aren't. I'm the one wanting to talk because there's a lot of people that are celebrating Easter. I'm actually celebrating Easter because I love the energy, the symbolism, what it stands for, the rebirth of, not the rebirth, the resurrection of Jesus. I love that. I love that. You're supposed to be wanting to talk about that, right?
No.
No.
I'm saying no. To be honest with you,
did I miss the part where it's Pastor Mardy or Reverend Mardy? or Minister Mardy?
No. Because as if you know me, if you follow me, or you know anything about me, I always keep it real. Like, why are you supporting or celebrating this weekend? And what are you really doing to celebrate this weekend?
Oh, I'm going scuba diving.
Okay, yeah, right. It has nothing to do with, and that's what most people do.
And
okay.
Then I'm gonna go do an Easter egg hunt for.
And what is the Easter? What does Easter eggs have to do?
Absolutely nothing.
Right. So.
But I have memories. With the Easter Bunny comes and hides eggs throughout our property.
Yeah.
And then our kids get up and they find the eggs, and then I make pancakes and hot chocolate.
When you live in the community, people come and hide your eggs. You know, you said people come and put eggs in there? Me and the Easter Bunny. Oh, okay. You and the Easter Bunny. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The Easter Bunny.
So
my kids, I don't want them to know it's me and their dad.
Thus, you got grown kids talking about Easter. But no. That's why I don't. Don't get me wrong. But we're still gonna hide the eggs, but we're gonna hide them at the beach. Are y'all even gonna read a passage of a Bible verse?
I'm gonna Google something. Go ahead.
That's most people, though. Most people are what they call CME church.
What does that mean?
Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
That's the only time they're going to go to church, and it doesn't have no significance of them. Like the whole season of Lent, that was leading up to Easter.
I cut out but I've done that anyway.
It's for your diet. It's not about getting closer.
I got more serious about it, though.
So that's why most people are like, well, you don't want to talk about Easter. I'm saying because most people just like it's another holiday.
I'm giving you the option. I would like for you to share, because we do have a lot of faith-based people that are of the Christian faith that listen to our show, and I honor and respect what you do. And by the way, you got to remember, I've been involved in church for decades.
Most people have.
And I volunteered for almost 10 years at my old church. It's just that there's, when you find the truth, you just kind of let the truth set you free.
But see,
go ahead.
Here's the thing. So many people have been a part of a church for all their life, but never been in the church. They never had the church inside of them. They went through the formalities of, oh, well, this is the tradition. We're supposed to all dress up in our Easter outfits and say our Easter speeches, but they are detached from the real meaning of what was going on this weekend.
Well, that's what I want you to share.
The understanding of this weekend is the birth, or really why we have Christian followers.
I thought it was the resurrection, not the birth. The birth is
the
Christmas.
Rebirth of the birth is Christmas. The rebirth of Jesus, of him dying and being
yes. See, I knew that and he didn't.
Right. Oh yeah. You got a gold star on that. You're really getting a gold star. But if anything, this is a new rebirth, and I would say the re-erection of you, who you are, of saying, what does this mean? It was a sacrifice, and think about all the sacrifice that you go through to move forward in your life.
Yeah.
What did this person do for you?
Your nails look good.
Thank you. What did this person do for you? What is the significance of somebody getting beaten, killed, thrashed because they loved you? Or at the same time, thinking about how the politics of that day, how they're still so current of this day, where you see a man that was killed in front of people who was actually speaking to his mother, and all these people saying this is wrong, but they're still having his knee on his neck. The same kind of situation with Jesus Christ, who was being crucified and being murdered in front of all these people, and he's on the cross saying, mother, behold your son, because they're killing me. The same situation. But if this doesn't really connect to you for this day, why are you celebrating it? If you don't realize that this is, in a sense, God telling us and to you that your chapter isn't over in life. Just because whatever has happened to you may have died, that doesn't mean that it's the end. If you don't understand that your story is just being continued, that's the situation with Jesus. Everybody thought that cross was the end, and it was just to be continued.
It was the beginning.
So it's like wherever you are in life right now, this is just a continuation. It's a moment in time for you to, if anything, get connected back to Christ.
Yes.
So with that, if you want to get serious and we talk about the real meaning of Easter, we can talk about that. But just to say, hey, it's the weekend that we supposed to go to church. We supposed to hide some eggs, and it's like, okay, what's the egg got to do with anything?
Well, the eggs is like something I do with my kids.
Oh, no, but it's not just you, but it's a lot of them.
But what you just went through and what you just said is supposed to be what the meaning of the resurrection is.
Yes.
And I don't care what faith a person is, I think they can learn something and get something from that.
And you really have to understand what the whole meaning of it is, because they say, well, he rolled the rock away and Jesus came out or whatever. It's like, no, he rolled the rock away so we can actually see inside of where he was at. And it's the newness of life. The newness is I say the rebirth, but it's the new. It's the new life. So if you can connect that to your life and saying this is the new me, over the last 40 days of Lent, of saying, okay, finding those things in my life that I want to change. How am I preparing myself for this day? How am I preparing myself? It's kind of like being prepared for New Year's. New Year's, everybody, I got a New Year's resolution. It's the beginning of the new. Same thing with Easter in the church calendar. What is this meaning to you? Most people actually, this is the weekend that they get baptized for the first time. What does that mean to you versus it's another day on the church calendar and I'm happy?
But even going back to what you're saying, what does that mean?
Right.
And apply it to real life. And you don't even have to wait till this weekend to do so. But I think this would be a great weekend, especially since we're coming to the end of what, like I always think in business terms, the first quarter. What did you do in this first quarter? You went through, you made all these promises in January 1st. You're going to do this, that, and the third. January's gone. February's gone. March is gone. What are you going to do to resurrect that dream or resurrect that promise that you made on January 1st? Whether it's getting fit, whether it's being faithful to your partner or your spouse, whether it's getting an education that you've always wanted to go back to school and get, whether it's starting that business or whether it's closing a business that you know is not working and starting over in something new. I actually have a gentleman that I want to have on the show. His resurrection was he let go of something that had been sustaining him and his family, and then it got hit by the pandemic, and he struggled. And he just couldn't make it work. So these first three quarters of the year, he spent it reevaluating his life and got kind of designing what he wanted his life to look like.
Right.
And now he's closed that business, and now he's on to working for somebody else in a bigger capacity, making more than he was working for himself with less energy, less time away from his family, and more income. Because he resurrected his life.
You know, you made me realize something. I'm going to end on this. This is my little thought for the day. But with that, some people don't know what they want in life. They don't know what they want in the next thing. And I remember one day, I always deal with production stuff, and I had this big ball of wires. Just all tangled up and everything. But it was one wire that I needed. That it was all tangled up. And I was trying to untangle all these wires to get this one out, and it started being so frustrating that I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out the wires that I don't need, you know, and I started pulling this wire out, pulling that wire out, and it made it so much easier to get to the one that I wanted when I started pulling out the ones that I didn't want. In our life, the same thing. We might not really know what we want, but if you start defining what you don't want, pull those out, then it gives you a clearer path to what you do want. You can start figuring out how to get to where I want to be at.
That's right.
So whoever is out there who wanted to hear that right now, you might have a whole lot of things going on.
That was a message for somebody.
Right. Pull out the things that you don't want anymore in your life.
Right.
You know, if you don't want to have that addiction, or if you don't want to have those same habits, if you don't want to have those same kind of friends, start eliminating those things out of your life, and then you will start having a clearer path to where you want to go to. So that's my little
good.
thing for the day.
That is so good.
See, that vitamin D is working.
That vitamin D is the bomb. But no, seriously, that's it in a nutshell. Getting and part of the resurrection is you being resurrected internally. And asking yourself and finding out what exactly is I want, and then going for it. And getting rid of the things in your life, or letting go. My favorite thing is love yourself enough to let go. Letting go of those wires that you don't need to get to the wire that you do need. And a lot of times that's people. That's people. You need to get rid of certain people in your life in order for you to go to the next level. I will tell you right now, there's been a couple of turning points in my business. One was in 2008 when actually it was just basically a family blow up, and I had to basically separate from somebody that had been toxic in my life and in my business. All of a sudden, our business took off. Same thing happens in 2018-19. We have somebody in our organization not quite 100% right for what we need. Soon as that person's out of that organization, company starts to take off.
You better let go of that one guy.
No, what?
You better let go of that one guy.
Leave me alone. But what I'm saying is the same thing in your life. My life has been so much healthier and happier because over a decade ago, I let go of certain toxic relationships that were family relationships. Sometimes it's a friend relationship that you've got to let go. But whatever it is, when you let it go and you say no, you're saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to your dream. You're saying yes to the resurrected you. And that's what this weekend should mean for you. It's a personal relationship with God. And a spiritual and personal relationship with yourself, where you dig deep and find out who God is calling you to be, and you go for it and make that happen.
And I feel like this, people in your life, sometimes they're like, and I've said this before, plastic silverware. You know, they're only supposed to be used once, but we like to try to recycle them and wash them and put them back in the drawer, but they're plastic.
They're plastic.
They're supposed to be only used once. So God is trying to tell you, use these people one time and let them go.
Let them go.
Stop recycling, because that brings your whole that has a damper on your life.
Yep.
And every time you try to achieve some things, they can't cut the mustard and they can't deal with the heat. So anyway, I'll leave on that.
I think we should leave it on that.
Yes.
Love yourself enough to let go.
Yes.
Say no to them and yes to you.
Yep.
All right, you've been listening to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly. Love y'all. Come check us out today at 12 o'clock at Nubian Books in Marlboro for a book signing from Failure to Fabulous or Fabulous Failure, something like that. Anyway,
from failure to fabulous. Much love, y'all. Be blessed.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.